29. Khan, the abysmal water. Above Khan, the abysmal water. Below Khan, the abysmal water. This hexagram consists of a doubling of the trigram Khan. It is one of the 8 hexagrams in which doubling occurs. The trigram Khan means a plunging in. A yang line has plunged in between 2 yin lines and is closed in by them like water in a ravine. The trigram Khan is also the middle sun. The receptive has obtained the middle line of the creative, and thus Khan develops. As an image, it represents water, the water that comes from above, as the water that comes from above and is in motion on earth in streams and rivers. Let me read that again. As an image, it represents water, the water that comes from above and is in motion on earth in streams and rivers, giving rise to all life on earth, like that water that they found on the moon around Saturn. Right. In man's world, Khan represents the heart. Boom, 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 boom. The soul locked up within the body, the principle of light enclosed in the dark. That is reason. The name of the hexagram, because the trigram is doubled, has the additional meaning, repetition of danger. Thus the hexagram is intended to designate an objective situation to which one must become accustomed, not a subjective attitude. For danger due to a subjective attitude means either foolhardiness or guile. Hence, too, a ravine is used to symbolize danger. It is a situation in which a man is in the same path as the water in a ravine, and, like the water, he can escape if he behaves correctly. The judgment, the abysmal repeated. If you are sincere, you have success in your heart, and whatever you do succeeds. Through repetition of danger, we grow accustomed to it. Water sets the example for the right conduct under such circumstances. It flows on and merely fills up all the places through which it flows. Be like water, so said Bruce Lee. It does not shrink from any dangerous spot, nor from any plunge, and nothing can make it lose its own essential nature. It remains true to itself under all conditions. Thus, likewise, if one is sincere when confronted with difficulties, the heart, boom, 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 can penetrate the meaning of the situation. And once we have gained inner mastery of a problem, it will come about naturally that the action we take will succeed. In danger, all that counts is really carrying out all that has to be done, thoroughness, and going forward in order not to perish through tarrying in the danger. Properly used, danger can have an important meaning as a protective measure. Thus heaven has its perilous height protecting it against every attempt at invasion, and earth has its mountains and bodies of water separating countries by their dangers. Thus also rulers make use of danger to protect themselves against attacks from without and against turmoil within. I love this book, man. The image. Water flows on uninterruptedly and reaches its goal. The image of the abysmal repeated. Thus the superior man walks in lasting virtue and carries on the business of teaching. Water reaches its goal by flowing continually. It fills up every depression before it flows on. The superior man follows its example. He is concerned that goodness should be an established attribute of character rather than an accidental or isolated occurrence. So likewise in teaching others, everything depends on consistency, for it is only through repetition that the pupil makes the material his own. The line 6 at the beginning means repetition of the abysmal. In the abyss, one falls into a pit, misfortune. By growing used to what is dangerous, a man can easily allow it to become part of him. He is familiar with it and grows used to the evil, or used to evil. With this, he has lost the right way, and misfortune is the natural result. 9 in the second place means the abyss is dangerous. One should strive to attain small things only. When we are in danger, we ought not to attempt to get out of it immediately, regardless of circumstances. At first, we must content ourselves with not being overcome by it. We must calmly weigh the conditions of the time and be satisfied with small gains, because for the time being, a great success cannot be attained, or even obtained. A spring flows only sparingly at first and tarries for some time before it makes its way into the open. 6 in the third place means forward and backward, abyss on abyss. In danger like this, pause at first and wait, otherwise you will fall into a pit in the abyss. Do not act in this way. Here, every step forward or backward leads into danger. Escape is out of the question. Phew. Don't I know it? Therefore, we must not be misled into action, as a result of which we should only bog down deeper in the danger. Disagreeable as it may be to remain in such a situation, we must wait until a way out shows itself. 6 in the fourth place means a jug of wine, a bowl of rice, with it earthen vessels, simply handed in through the window. There is certainly no blame in this. In times of danger, ceremonious forms are dropped. What matters most is sincerity. Although as a rule it is customary for an official to present certain introductory gifts and recommendations before he is appointed, here everything is simplified to the utmost. The gifts are insignificant. There is no one to sponsor him. He introduces himself, yet all this need not be even humiliating if only there is the honest intention of mutual help in danger. Still another idea is suggested. The window is the place through which light enters the room. See? If in difficult times we want to enlighten someone, we must begin with that which is in itself lucid and proceed quite simply from that point on. You get me? 9 in the fifth place means the abyss is not filled to overflowing. It is filled only to the rim. No blame. Danger comes because one is too ambitious. In order to flow out of a ravine, water does not rise higher than the lowest point of the rim. So likewise, the man when in danger has only to proceed along the line of least resistance. Thus, he reaches, wait for it, the goal. Great labors cannot be accomplished in such times. It is enough to get out of the danger. 6 at the top means bound with cords and ropes, shut in between thorn-hedged prison walls. For 3 years, one does not find the way. Misfortune. A man who in the extremity of danger has lost the right way and is irredeemably entangled in his sins has no prospect of escape. He is like a criminal who sits shackled behind thorn-hedged prison walls. So saith the Chinese Book of Changes. And how'd you like the blasted hat that the CIA gave me? And how'd you like my t-shirt? El Nino. See it there? Stay tuned. Do you know, apparently, folks, I've still got time for it. Apparently, the Indian monsoon is down something like 90%, 60%. What is it? 90%. Let's see if I can stick this on quickly, if I've got enough time. Let's see how much time we've got. Well, apparently, I'm trying to see if BBC CFAX is on. But I won't have enough time. Yeah, apparently the Indian monsoon is late in coming, and the Indians are getting worried now because the crops ain't going to grow, because they depend on all that rain so that the agriculture, the plants and crops will grow. But apparently between 60 and 90% down. Yeah? It's down by, so there's only like 10 or 30% of the rain that they expect. Meanwhile, in the US of A, they're going to have a serious heat wave and be cooked. And here tomorrow in Britain, tonight, I'm going to give them some lightning and thunderstorms. Leg on. Ye King. Stay tuned.